Hey guys, my name's Necro. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 2 of me and Ferrus's hero review. So today we're going to be talking about the legendary heroes, and like in the last video, we are joined again by Ferrus. He is from server 3. He's the co-marshal of Evil, which is the best alliance on that server. They are a fantastic alliance and much bigger than OPI.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, best alliance in server 3. Sorry, Legend. It's going to be upset. So we have Talion to lead us here. He is one of the first heroes you get in this game. Really cool hero. He used to be a lot better before the rework. He kind of got shafted, bless him. But he increases primary squad HP, primary squad attack. We love primary squad attack, so hopefully we can get some more shards for him soon. And he increases training speed, which, isn't really useful. But, when you look at those are actually pretty good. Where he loses his value is Vengeful Wrath, Suppressive Fire, and Lethal Fighter, which are really bad.
Yeah, he was a really good PvP hero due to his Primaris abilities, but then the skills came out, and unfortunately he didn't get the good ones. So he's a bit limited in PvP nowadays.
But where he does shine at the moment is Stalker Shot, which is an ability that he can use in expeditions, and in the Breach event, which is really good. It's very good.
Yeah. When you're taking down the big bosses in a Breach Assault, you want Talion being buffed by Alistair. You do a lot of damage.
Okay. So next up we have Sicarius, which is a pay-to-win hero. So you can get him very early on for 99p or cents, whatever your currency is. You can get him pretty cheap. So then you can only get him from VIP, which does start to cost a lot of money. Unfortunately, although Sicarius is a pay-to-win hero, he doesn't really have the stats of a pay-to-win hero, although he is still very good. So he increases Vanguard Veteran HP, Vanguard Veteran Attack, which by 52% at max, which, considering, I think if you buy all the VIP packs up to a point, you can get him to 6. I think it's 6 stars, just off the bat. So, he can be quite powerful. His best feature, though, is increases attackers' attack when being appointed as chapter champion. You just get a free, I think it's like 13 point something % at rank 6, just added to your attack of your armies, which is really good.
Yeah, that's kind of his best ability at this point. I wouldn't advise you to dump your legendary fragments into him. There's better heroes we'll come on to.
No, absolutely. Save those fragments.
He's a legendary, solid guy.
Yeah, I use him a lot, just because one of the biggest things that I found is if you have legendary heroes that are vastly stronger than the others, just based on star level, a lot of the time, unless it's you're using PvP, that you go for PvP and you need the dodge mechanic, Sicarius, other heroes like that you have at a high shard level are just fantastic. So he has a couple of good abilities here in his skills. He has Tactical Expert and Indomitable Defense, which are both very good because they're not RNG based, and Zealous Assault, which can be very good when twinned with a Vanguard Veteran Attack. You can delete Dreadnoughts pretty quickly with a high level Sicarius, so he's pretty good. So we're going to go on to Cronus. Now, Cronus was one of the free heroes that you got when you first started. If you were on one of the older servers, such as I think it's like 1 to 30, I think it was. After that,
January, February player, then you remember that Cronus was the older Iniker. His shards would rain down every time you did an intel event. It was easy to level up, and then the tap got turned off one day.
Yeah, it was March. The March update. I could no longer get Cronus. I only had him at 2-star. He increases Predator attack, Predator HP, and increases research speed when he's appointed, which isn't very good. But he is the only Predator buffing attack unit in the game, which makes him very useful if you can actually get hold of his shards, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a moment. So he has Indomitable Defense, Opportunity Strike. Although I don't like the name of that. That should be Opportune Strike, but yeah, we'll pass over that. Grievous Wound. So those aren't great, unfortunately, but being the only Predator buffing unit in the game, or hero in the game, he does have value. And
you probably don't have a high-level Cronus, but don't worry, because he's currently not that good in the meta.
Yeah, exactly. However, you are soon going to be able to start getting Cronus shards. Server 1 to 4, they'll Breach the Storm event, which is commonly known as the kill event. The rewards are now being changed from Shrike to Cronus. So you'll soon be able to start getting his shards if you do well in that event, which would be very cool. Sorry to all the Shrike players that want a bigger Shrike, but yeah, we're going to lose that. So now we're going to go on to the Lord Defender of Ultramar. This guy is an absolute monster. Calgar, one of the best heroes in the game. He increases Dreadnought HP, Dreadnought Defense, which is fantastic for Dreadnought units that literally couldn't get better. Even Dreadnought Attack isn't very good on them because they are basically just your shield wall. They are going to protect your other units that actually deal damage. And then he increases attack for all units. That doesn't matter if you're attacking, defending, whatever you're doing, your attack will be buffed. Absolutely fantastic. But he gets better from there as well. Not only does he have 3 fantastic abilities, he has 2 good skills, and one of them is probably top tier. So Tactical Expert just increases damage. He has the Zealous Assault, and then he has Orbital Disruption, which I'll let Ferrus talk about a little bit more, because he has a bit more experience with this ability.
That's one of the very strong new abilities. You can use it on attack or defense, and it means whenever any of the units that make up your army attack, there's a chance this is going to trigger and stun whatever they're attacking. And that is big. Stun is taking them out of the battle. If you ever played World of Warcraft, got stun locked, this is how you replicate that effect in Lost Crusade and annoy your opponent.
Yeah, everyone's been there where you're minding your business and you get attacked by a rogue or something and you just get kidney shot and that's it. You're done for 5 seconds. You can't do anything. Calgar does the exact same thing to your opponent's units, just absolutely stuns them and they can't do anything. The downside though to Calgar is his shards are nearly impossible to get because I believe there is a bug with his drop rate, but you can still get him. I actually did get a Calgar shard today. I've had a full drop from him as well. So normally this is where you would start to put your utility fragments. However, I would only put utility fragments into Calgar if you have a lot of them to spare and you're an experienced and strong player, because you need to have him 3-star or above for him to actually be good compared to the other heroes that we've mentioned and will mention in this video. So we're going to go on now to Cantor. Cantor is a very good hero. He was probably one of the best heroes that you could use before the rework where they added the skills. You could get him from a few different ways now. You can get him, or you couldn't get him from the battle pass that they've released. I think it's called the War Badge. And you can also get him from the daily drop, sort of pay to win option where you spend a little bit of money each day and you get his shards. So he increases primary squad attack, primary squad defense, and increases defender's health when being appointed. All 3 of those, very, very good. The defense one, not so great, but the defender HP is insane. You just need to own him and he's helping you out. However, his skills are really bad. We're not even going to cover them. They're just not worth looking at.
Cantor dominated the game for months. He had his time in the sun, but unfortunately now he's relegated to being the Reclusiarch. You probably don't want to use him in your PvP matches.
Yeah, there's a very good player called Darkthrone on our server. Yeah, I think he's like sort of 70 mil power, VIP 15, and he's got a maxed Cantor. And I'm sure he wasn't happy when the change happened. But so we're going to talk about Shrike next. He's one of my favorite heroes. This hero is very, very good. So he has Vanguard Veteran HP and Vanguard Veteran Defense buffs, which aren't great, but increases attack while attacking, which is good. Now, where this guy really shines is he has Combat Intuition, which is the dodge mechanic, which makes him absolutely brilliant. Dodge is arguably the best skill in the game for heroes at the moment. And then he has Mark Target and a damage reduction, which kind of doesn't really help when you have the dodge mechanic, but just because it kind of counteracts each other a little bit. But just having the dodge mechanic makes this hero brilliant, and he's fairly accessible to get in shards. He has a decent drop rate. You have the Shrike wheel, and he is still currently available in
Yeah, when you see a dodge skill on a legendary hero, that makes them absolutely top tier.
Yeah, it makes them top S tier.
However, you are going to have to work to get him up to 7-star.
Absolutely. He also shines as well in the Breach event with Shadow Strike. It's a very, very good AoE, but it's really good as single target as well, just because it does just an absolutely absurd amount of damage.
He is the third part of that fantastic team with Talion and Alistair.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up we have a Lysander. Now Lysander is going to get his own special video as well, which will be released before this one, hopefully, as long as I release them in the right order. So have a better understanding of his third skill, which we'll cover very, very briefly in this video. So he increases Whirlwind attack, Whirlwind HP, and increases defense while attacking. He is the third hero that increases Whirlwind attack, which is really good. Ferrus knows quite a lot of players that focus on Whirlwinds, and they're all very happy that they can now get a third hero, which is good. Sorry, go ahead.
Tough life. If you want to take down those tough level 8 fleets without casualties, then triple Whirlwind attack is one of the kind of things you want to do to get the job done. So he fills a niche. I'm glad he's here.
So he has Mark Target, just to increase the damage dealt. He has Indomitable Defense, which makes sense, being Lysander. You'd expect him to have this one. And then he has a very, very interesting ability called Valiant Retribution, which we have been trying to test, but unfortunately the tests aren't really working on this at the moment because it appears to be a bug where it doesn't actually do any damage. But basically, when our army is attacked, there is a 31.2% chance to immediately launch a counterattack against the attacker. From our initial understanding of this ability, it is incredibly strong. It's so strong that it basically has its own video, which obviously, like I said, you'll be able to watch around the release of this video as well. So we'll leave him there. We'll just talk about where he's available. So he's going to be available from the War Badge. He's replacing Cantor there. You'll be able to get him from the War Badge Battle Pass, and there's also a $4.99 pack in the store, which includes 10 shards, which is really, really good because it just gets you a hero for free, basically. I think spending £4.99 on a pack like that is worth the money. I don't like to ever recommend spending money in this game, but that's one of the few things that I would say is a reasonable value pack, along with like the Growth Fund, for example, and the Battle Pass. Fist of Dawn, I think this is actually going to be very, very good. Just being able to paralyze units that you're fighting in expeditions, especially if you're a newer player, he's going to be very, very useful at farming Breach as well to help get you some Tycho shards. So next up we have Corsaro. He is one of the best units in the game. He's very, very strong. However, he's only available from end game VIP, which makes him incredibly expensive and pay to win. He increases marching speed, he increases the attack while attacking, which is fantastic. He increases HP while attacking, which is also fantastic and synergizes really well with attack while attacking. And he gets even better from there. So not only does he have probably the two of the best abilities in the game, he has 3 fantastic skills. He has evasive maneuvers, which is the dodge mechanic, which makes him almost an auto take if you have him at 3-star or above. 1-star or above, because it's the 1-star skill. Then you have Tactical Expert, which just flat out increases the damage that your army deals, which when twinned as well, with increasing the attack while attacking, makes him deal a lot of damage, and your army deal a lot of damage. And then he has Orbital Disruption. So not only does he dodge, he also stuns the other team. This guy is just absolutely fantastic.
He's the only hero who has both of those in one lineup. Very, very powerful.
There's just everything about this guy is just fantastic. Like, his only downside is his cost, really. Like, even increasing marching speed is useful, especially when you already have all of these damage increasing buffs and stun and dodge abilities.
Having said all that, though, he's strong, but if you're free to play and you're never going to see him, don't worry about it. Just stick Cordus and Vex in your march. They're free and they're 90% as good in a combat situation.
Exactly. Well, this is the thing about increasing all this attack, is it's all well and good that you can increase your attack by a ridiculous amount using Corsaro, but when your Cordus or Vex just dodges the attack, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So yeah, Cordus and Vex, fantastic. So we're going to go on to Maya, which is not great, unfortunately. So this hero is replacing Cantor in the daily drop packs that you can get in the shop for varying price. So she increases the Vanguard veteran HP by, I'm assuming this is 47%, not 470. I'm assuming it's just a bug that they need to fix. Servers 1 to 4 is basically the test server almost. It increases marching speed by 41.6%, increases Vanguard veteran attack. Again, another good hero that increases Vanguard veteran attack, so she will see use in PvE farming at least, because she has good combat stats there, but in terms of PvP, I don't think she's very good. especially with these skills. These skills are not great. She has Tactical Expert, which is fine. Like, it's a reasonably good skill. It's mid-tier, I'd say, so you're happy to see that, mainly because it means that you don't have an ability in that spot that's worse. And then you have Lethal Blow and Grievous Wound, which just aren't good, unfortunately.
Yeah, trying hard to pun some excitement of having an assassin in PvP, but I don't think it's going to be impactful, unfortunately. Yeah. However, she may be one of these PvE all-stars due to this great single target.
Yeah, I think she's going to be very good in Breach, just because her Catan Phase Sword skill is very good. Attacks are guaranteed to crit and deal a bunch of extra damage.
And lore-wise, it's great to see more characters who want Space Marines. I'm kind of scraping the barrel here for reasons to like Maya.
yeah, we really do scrape the barrel on her, but yeah. So, now we're on to the All-Star, in my opinion. Corsaro is arguably the best in terms of just general stats and abilities, but Irenica is arguably just the best hero flat out because she is incredibly available, and as you're about to see, her abilities are very good. So increases all troops defense, increases march speed, and increases all troops HP. So she's useful everywhere. Attacking, defending, does what we're doing, she's useful. And you can get those to a really high level because she is available in the intel, which makes her very easy to farm as a free player, which is fantastic. I really like the fact that the devs have done this, and they have given it such a good all-round hero that everyone can get hold of. She has Zealous Assault.
She's just easy to level up than many of the epic heroes.
Absolutely.
What to love about them.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. She has the dodge mechanic, which is fantastic because you can basically make the holy trinity of dodge with Vex, Irenica, and Cordus. If you're free to play, you can put those three in and you are loving life because you have three dodge heroes that are pretty good. Cordus and Irenica, obviously very, very good. Vex is decent, but the dodge skill makes him very good. And then you also have Grievous Wound here, which isn't great. But at that point, with three sets of dodge and just the buffs that you're going to get to buff Primaris from Cordus and Irenica's buffs, you're loving life.
It's great because if you're free to play and you know what you're doing, you do your combat march with those three heroes. You have enormous dodge. You have about 80 or 90% as much dodge as the top spender in the game could possibly have.
Yeah.
And at that point, you can go toe-to-toe if you know what you're doing. You don't need T8 troops. Your T6 could do perfectly well if you have that much dodge.
Absolutely. So just going over the sort of combinations that we use and that we think are good. So if you're a free player, Irenica, Cordus, and Vex are kind of going to be your go-to here. When you start to farm more events, you'll probably drop Vex out for something like Shrike, maybe Corsaro if you are able to afford him, and things like Calgar are sort of how you start progressing your lineup for attacking as you play more and you get more heroes. You'll kind of end the game if you are what a lot of people call a whale, someone that spends a lot of money in the game. If you're sort of leaning towards there, you're going to be using things like Corsaro, Shrike, Calgar. You're still going to be using Irenica and Cordus, though, because they are such good heroes. I use both of those in almost all of my attacks, and I've got almost a 6-star Shrike. Like, it doesn't matter how good your heroes are when free-to-play heroes, such as Cordus and Irenica, are very strong with their all-round attack, defense, HP buffs that the two of them have together, and their dodge mechanics. They're just absolutely fantastic. I love the fact you can get good heroes free to play now after this skill rework. It's really, really good.
It's a nice thing because you can start off with those three heroes. Then later on, you can have a second very good team, which is Corsaro, Shrike, and Calgar. And that gives you a lot of flexibility. You can go on the attack to different places. You can go on the attack and garrison someone else. You can garrison yourself. It really opens the game up.
Absolutely. And now adding Lysander in as well, it's just another good hero that, although he's not going to be free to play, he's just another one of those heroes that's going to add a lot of change. And I think it'd be very, very good. But yeah, if any of you have any questions, please leave a comment and we'll be happy to answer them. Also, make sure you join the Lost Crusade community Discord. Both me and Ferrus are very active in there as well. There are a lot of other experienced players that are happy to answer questions in there. So please just go in there and ask, and I'm sure someone will be able to give you some advice. Thank you guys all for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.